Hiya, I'm in rural Galway and it's dark and it's been lashing rain and there's not a whole lot to see, except a local man got in touch with me and he's seen the videos and he says, why don't you come along and have a look and see what I do in my workshop. Tommy Baker makes magic. He's a puppet maker and a puppeteer.
So I think move his eyes there. There's weights in the back. So the eyes.
Go away.
You saw him in action in the Clare Galway Medieval Festival video.
I'm the king of Clare Galway, and I'm looking for a queen.
Oh, no
Would
thanks.
you be interested?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
There's good food and good wine in it.
No thanks.
You're not interested.
No, you're too ugly.
I'm
sorry.
I've offed people's heads for less than that.
Oh no.
That's right. I'll take her down, Your Majesty. No, we'll wait till later. When it's dark, we'll sneak up on her. All right. I've had great reactions when people come in here. This woman came in one day and she was like, wow, it's like a puppet abattoir. It's just limbs and things lying around the place.
That's particularly freaky because the eyes are so realistic.
These are doll's eyes. I think they're actually a bit too real as well. I prefer painted eyes.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
But surely that's as close to reality as what you're looking for, no?
No, because I think if they're too real, I'll just see if I can find. If they're too real, they, as you say, there's a freakiness about them. Whereas when you paint the eyes, you can kind of make them. There's something more gentle about the eyes this way.
Show me.
So
you don't want them to be scary?
No. It's if you're dealing with kids.
Do you have kids?
I do have 2 kids. So
are they not freaked by seeing this?
They grew up with it, so to them it's totally normal. It's kind of funny because my kids, when they were in school, my son was asked kind of, what does your mother do and what does your father do, and he couldn't answer. Not too sure. What's she called? Free range. What else would you call her?
Of course.
Chicken. Chicken. Come on, look.
So just to let you know, we'll be starting the women's quiz.
He likes you. What did you do with the Benji behind the ear? So what?
Oh, he likes that.
Go on. What do chickens do?
What do chickens say?
I've had kids debating, like, is that, I know what that is. That's a remote control. There's somebody somewhere else that has the control for it. But the best I heard was 2 boys discussing. One guy says, I know what that is. He says, that's a chicken in a chicken costume. So
that's great.
My job was done. This is a character that I built, and I use it a lot with quite small kids. And it was funny because when I met him first, I didn't know what kind of voice to give him, so I was trying to figure out what he would sound like, and I asked my daughter what would I give him as a name, and she said Mortal. And when she said Mortal, he just became dumb. I couldn't figure out what would Mortal say. And when kids see him, if he goes like this, the kids automatically, they recognize it. He's shy, and I'm shy too. So if I ask him to go on, say hello to them. Go on, say hello. Go on, say hello.
And they're okay with them not talking.
Well, they actually once they see the vulnerability, I suppose, in him, and that he doesn't talk, they begin to care for him. They're like, oh, what's wrong, and so it really opens up
So they write
something
the story.
interesting. They do, yeah. It can be.
Do they, and what do they say about him? Why do they think he's shy?
Well, they ask him questions like, "Where are you from?" and it was funny the one time when they asked where is he from, and I did this, and they went, "Oh, you're from outer space," you know, and then he goes, you know, and then they think, "Oh, we got it right," you know,
Yeah.
so they make up things about him.
He was absolutely alive
Yeah.
for me.
In my teens, I did some acting. And the stage really didn't suit me, but
Why? Because you couldn't see the audience, or too
no,
far?
I just felt, I don't know, overly conscious, or I just felt like I couldn't move right. I felt clumsy on stage.
Right.
But a puppet is like it's like an acting character, but you're removing it from yourself. So there's a lot of freedom in that, and that's what kind of drew me to puppetry. And when I was in college, I didn't have much money, and that I started busking on the street with puppets. Oh yeah, how's it going?
That's such a Galway accent.
This is oh no, I'm from the Banner.
Oh, see.
I'm from the Banner. So this is Eamon. Eamon, hi. Sure, where else would you be aiming? So Eamon, I used a lot on the street, and he's just. He would talk to people very easily. One time on the street, as I was just setting up my stage, this Garda came straight over, and I'm kind of going, what's going to happen here? Because I was just about to set up. So I stuck up Eamon's head, and the guard said directly to the puppet, like, oh, could you tell me, are you the muscle man, or are you the goats? And Eamon was like, well, we have goats, but I'd say we're the muscle man. And he said, all right, I haven't seen that one yet. And as he was talking to Eamon, instantly there was a crowd gathering, and he looked behind him, and then he looked at me and he said, now I'm going to walk away slowly, and you're not going to poke fun at me, right? Yeah, and Eamon was, oh sure, you're grand, don't worry about it, kind of, you let him off, you know. So but people do they will talk directly to them, and it's lovely. And like, you get old ladies, and Eamon kind of goes, how's it going, missus? You're looking well, you've a lovely smile, it goes well with the rest of your face.
And you don't disguise your own mouth.
I don't, that's ventriloquism. So it is. So
oh, I see.
It's different. I can.
Are you
I
down
practice
behind
at
the oak when he's there? Or
no,
I
I tend to. People forget about me quite easy. He's easy to forget about.
So there's no kids pointing saying, "I know it's you."
Well, I've discovered that if you hide behind a curtain and there's any movement or so, they point it out. Or if you try and hide movement and that, whereas if you're just there and that you're hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He hides, and he's like a great big elephant in the room the whole time. Pretty embarrassing around him. Thanks very much, Eamon. He's in for repairs.
Tommy's puppet career really got serious when he followed his girlfriend to Sweden, where she was studying music. Tommy discovered that Sweden had such a thing as a puppet library. He went along, and when he went in, the librarian said to him, "Oh, you must be here for the auditions." Tommy said he wasn't doing any auditions, but that he'd love to meet the director who was auditioning.
So I go in kind of, "Oh yeah, I'm Tommy from Ireland," and he's like, "My name is Michael Meshka. Have you heard of me?" And I'm, "No." "Have you read my books?" "No." "Read my books and get back to me." And I'm like, "Okay, that was blunt and straightforward." And as I was going out the door, he says, "Do you have a degree?" And I said, "In what?" And he said, "In puppetry." I was like, "Do they give degrees in puppetry?" But he let me in for the auditions because they were physical auditions with these large puppets, these large marionettes, and they were a week long, and I got the audition.
So a week long.
the auditions because it's about stamina with that
Right.
kind of weight and accuracy.
Right.
So I got the audition.
Tommy studied puppeteering in Sweden and even learnt Swedish, initially to play the part of Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh.
So it was kind of like varför, därför, således, ingen svans. And
That's
so I learnt a lot of it phonetically at the start, and then within a year and a half or so I got into the language. The string is broken here, but
Then Tommy also found work as a puppet builder and repairer.
and the fingers here. This is Gladys. That's right, I'm Gladys. And
I love the butterfly.
thank you very much. I have to clean this place now. Look at the stage of this now. Come on, off with you now. All right, Sloan.
Slán.
Sloan now. Watch your head now. God, he's going to damage that head. He has to watch himself now.
Tommy Baker and his shed full of mad magic